If you're looking to buy or invest in Dubai real estate, one of the communities that you need to know is the Springs. My name is Daniel Jevo and I'm an economist and real estate advisor helping international clients to invest in Dubai, Miami, and the whole Florida. In this video, I will take you on a drive through the Springs so you can see firsthand what makes this neighborhood such a popular choice for family and investors. If you want to stay updated with insight on Dubai real estate and global investment opportunities, make sure to hit subscribe and turn on the notifications. So now let's go take a tour on this magnificent property and neighborhood here in the Springs, which is one of the most desired one because number one of the location. We are very close to Dubai Marina. This neighborhood is part of the Emirates living community and is developed by Emaar. For those who don't know, Emaar is the same developer that built the Burj Khalifa and developed most of the most desired neighborhoods here in Dubai. They are private, but few years back, many years back, when they launched their IPO, they opened their stocks in the market. Of course, the government bought a huge piece of the stocks, and now we say that Emaar is government, but technically it isn't. It's just government owned. Oh, the radio went on. So it's just partially government owned, but it's a private company where the developer is one of the major stockholders. This community, the Springs, you have Springs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and is just 20 minutes away from Dubai downtown, more or less 20 to 25, depending on the traffic. On a heavy traffic, they can take to 30 minutes to get there, but it's very close to Dubai Marina and Palm Jumeirah. So if you want to live close to the water, that you don't need to drive 30 minutes, 35 minutes. From here to the marina is just a couple of minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, depending on the time of the day that you go. So it's very convenient to live here and go from here to the major places of Dubai. Of course, because we are so close to the marina, we have very good access to Sheikh Zayed Road and Al Hayl Road, which are the main streets that take us to everywhere here in Dubai. As you can see, this community, the Springs, it's very similar to the communities, for instance, the gated communities in Boca Raton, in Fort Lauderdale, on the west of Miami, like Doral, things like that. We have all the townhouses, one next to the other. It's very European. People who live here are very European. There's a lot of British here, a lot of Spaniards, French people. And just to be clear, here in Dubai, we do not have the Fair Housing Act as we have on the real estate. So as a real estate agent in Dubai, I am allowed to talk about the demographics of who lives in which community. So I'm not infringing any law by doing that. So people want to be close to their community. There are places where there are more Brazilians, there are places there are more Colombians, more Italians, and people like to be close to each other. As you can see, all the houses are pretty much the same. You have a few models, 2 and 3, maybe 4 bedrooms. You have a lot of communities here. It's a gated community. Every time that Emaar designs a community, they also do the maintenance. So every community from Emaar is very well maintained, and that's important because it gives you resale value. Some of developers are overusing the term luxury here in Dubai when they aren't in reality. And then the maintenance of the communities are not done properly. And this reflects when you try to sell, right? Because especially with people that buy off-plan, buy pre-construction, they buy a house, they buy a villa, they buy an apartment on a given community, and in the end they want to sell this to make a profit. But if the developer is not a developer that is well known for taking care of the properties and the community, this will reflect on the resale price, and people know that they don't take care, and the value sometimes go down and sometimes it just doesn't go up, so you didn't make a good investment. So MR, it's easy to say that is a no-brainer, right? You're going to buy an MR property, they're going to deliver good quality. I'm going to say that MR is between a B plus, A minus developer here in terms of quality in Dubai. Finishes and everything, they are one of the best, and they are the price per value is very nice. A lot of renovations happening, just like in this house here. People buying. This is a very important point also. The best neighborhoods, the most desired neighborhoods here in Dubai, they are from 20 years ago, right? Emirates Living, Springs, Meadows, Jumeirah Park, Palm Jumeirah. They are from 20 years ago when Dubai started. So it is a design from the early 2000s. It is finishes from the early 2000s, and it is an internal layout from the early 2000s. So a lot of people coming from Europe right now, the Brits are the ones that are the biggest buyer at this moment here in Dubai. And then we have French people, we have Spaniards. They are all buying here in Dubai, and they are coming from their luxurious properties in those countries, in those cities. And when they get here to Dubai, they get a little bit disappointed because we don't have new properties, new communities ready to go, right? So you need to buy something off plan, and that will take you 2-3 years to be ready, so you can move on to that property. So these communities, like the Springs, are creating very good opportunities for people to buy older properties. There's another one here to my right hand side. They're doing renovations, and you buy these properties here. You can buy a property for $1 million, more or less. You put another $200,000-$300,000, and now you are 1.3 all in, and you are going to resell this at probably 1.6, 1.7, 1.8, or even more, depending on the level of finishes and whatever you do inside. If you can gain more area, you can add the room or extend the balcony, as some people are doing, and add more internal area. You can get more price for that, but it's a very good opportunity also for investors. So as I was saying, this is a gated community, is landscape, it is very green, and is a quiet suburban atmosphere. As you can see now, it's 11 a.m. on a Tuesday. It's very calm. Kids are all in the school, and during the day you don't see anything happen. The traffic is super local. It's very safe in Dubai. It's very redundant to say that a community is safe, but I will say that this is safer because you don't have traffic, so the kids can roam around very nice. It's family oriented and has plenty, as I said, of expats here. Now we are going to leave this part, and then I'm just going to drive around here the Springs so you can sense a little bit of where we are. As the amenities, we have supermarket, we have gyms, we have cafe. There is a Souk here. Souk is like the town center of a neighborhood. Souk in Arabic means market, so it's very nice. You have pools, you have parks, you have tennis court, you have basketball court, you have schools here, you have nurseries, which are very popular with families, so you have to go to work. You can leave your kid in the nursery if you have a baby, and you're going to be very safe, or you can always have the option to have a nanny, right? So that's also what you can do. This whole area that we are driving at this moment is the springs, either on this side or on that side, on the left or the right. This all from the spring. The homes here are primarily between 2 and 4 bedroom. Starting price is going to be around $1 million for a non-renovated property, and you start having properties that are renovated. You're going to start going to 1.1, 1.2, 1.5 with older renovations, like small renovations. They have different layouts and sizes, and they have the little private garden, little backyard on the back. What is most important is that MR just changed the rules, and you can actually close the balcony on the outside of the master bedroom. So some people are doing that, closing the balconies on the master bedroom to add that as a what you call a built-in closet, a walk-in closet, so you have more space. And then you have the light coming in from the window, but you can enclose that part. And also, the backyard has a very good size. Usually the lots are between 1,700 and 1,900 square feet of perimeter. So it's a very good size lot, and you can build your own pool. So we just saw some houses here for American families that are coming. They can and they want a pool, so they have two options. They can buy one that doesn't have a pool, or they can just add their pool. And it's not like in the US that you need to go through a million processes. You still have to have a design, you still have to have a permit, but here in Dubai the permits they are given faster, because the government divides the areas between master developers, right? So for instance, this area here, the springs, the master developer is MR. So is MR responsibility to review, to number one, set the building code of this area, and it's MR responsibility to approve or disapprove any plans of modifications that they might have, so that someone wants to do. So if someone wants to knock a house down and build something, they need to go through for MR to approve that. The same thing with the pools and the extension. MR just approved it. That is very recently, the enclosing of the balcony, allowing the homeowner to add a few more square footage to there. So I'm saying that because when you have to get an approval, you don't need to go through the city, you go through MR, and MR is the one that is going to approve and give you the permit to do that. So that's why in these areas there are many renovated homes here in Dubai. So this area, this street that we are driving is Al Azayo Street. Is one of the main streets that connects to the other main streets here, the main highways that are going to take you everywhere in Dubai. And this area, even though is part of the Emirates Living, which is also MR, Emirates Living, there we have Emirates Hills, which we are going to do a video in the future, is considered the Beverly Hills of Dubai. So it's probably the most expensive neighborhood in general. You have houses $30-40 million there. It's not on the beach, but you have the golf course. But we say if you live in the Emirates Hills, you made it. So the Springs is a more affordable area. When you talk about villas here in Dubai, especially in this part of the city where we are closer to the marina, we are closer to the water. Of course, if you go to an area that is closer to the desert, is far away from the water, you can buy 2-bedroom townhouses for 2.1 million dirhams, while here is going to be around 3.5 starting, a non-renovated one, all the way to 4.2, 4.3 million dirhams on a renovated one that is not facing another villa. So there's several details that we can see. This area also has a very strong rental demand for families, and you can also do short term. rentals, and short-term play is very nice because you have multiple rooms, you can have a pool, you are close to the marina, you are attached to the main street, and that has a lot of value for people on vacation here that come with big families. They want more space, they can rent here. It has a high liquidity, like there's a lot of transaction that happen here because of the established reputation that he has, and it's very well known among the locals and even international community of the potential and the quality that we have here. So this to the right hand side we go to the west, and here we go to the east. We are going that way. We have the beach is very close from here. We are close to the Meadows, which is another very upscale neighborhood here in Dubai. The Meadows, the houses start at 9 million, and you can also buy a property there, renovate and sell all about 14 million. I'm talking dirhams, and it's also close to the lakes, which is a very well-known community here. We are close also to Jumeirah Islands, which is another very sought after community here in Dubai. You see there, they are closing one of the balconies I just saw. We are near the marina, we are near to JLT, which they are building. They are going to open the mall very soon, and we are close also to major business hub. And Dubai is growing to this side of the town, right? We have downtown, DIFC, and Business Bay closer to the airport on the north, and Dubai is growing to the south. We have recently Dubai Jebel Ali. We have recently also Dubai South. The airport is going to move in the next 10 years here to the south. So the city is growing to the south where the Springs is, and also Abu Dhabi, which is the neighboring and the capital of the UAE, the other Emirates, is growing to the north. So everything in between is going in the next 5-10 years create a lot of value, is going to grow a lot of the value. So if you are in between, you're going to see this appreciation. It's just comparing to Miami, right? You had Fort Lauderdale and Miami. At the point they got saturated, everything in the middle started to be developed and increase price, like Hallandale, Hollywood, Lighthouse Point between Fort Lauderdale and Boca Raton. So when you have two major cities, major areas that are very well developed and they are getting so expensive, everything in between then start to get attraction. If you are from Brazil, you have Balneário Camboriú, which is an amazing city, but it got so expensive that the cities neighboring it start to gain value. And here, right in front of me, we're driving here again, is the Souk, is the market where we have Vio, which is a high-end gem from Emar. You can see that the streets are very, it feels like Coconut Grove with all the trees and Coconut Grove and Coral Gables. Here we have the Souk, where we have restaurants, we have school, we have business centers, coffee, very nice bakeries like Le Pain Quotidien, and you can come here for a coffee, work from here, you have salons. So for those little things, here we have the Raffles School Center, you have very nice also restaurants, you have Awani here, which is one of our favorites. So everything that you need, you're going to find here. So you don't need to drive around so much. Of course, if you need something very specific, you are going to have to drive to more commercial developed areas. But it doesn't mean that here you're not going to find what you need. It's very convenient. As you can see, very busy, a lot of cars, a lot of people around. We are in September 29 to September 30th as I am recording this, so the weather is very good. We are in the fall, so people are starting to getting outside more, enjoying the coffees outside and things like that. So this is the Springs. I hope you like it. I hope this tour could give you an idea of this amazing neighborhood. And if you're looking to buy here in Dubai, maybe in 9 days, maybe in 90 days, maybe in 9 months, please contact me. My contacts are in the description of the video, or you can just comment on the video and I'll send you a direct link so we can have a discovery call, see what you're looking for, and we can provide, me and my team can provide you the best assistance, either you're buying here in Dubai, in Florida, or even in Europe and in the south of Brazil. So I hope you like it. I'll see you in the next video.